Most teens say you can't do both, school and business, that one will have to suffer because of the other. But I learned something new. It's not about balance, it's about alignment. Because balance means juggling two things, but there's only one me. So I stopped trying to separate my life and started asking, how can both sides serve the same mission? So what I do is that every morning before school, I write down my 3 goal-directed actions. In order for me to make these goal-directed actions, I created something called a goal stack. A goal stack is when your highest overarching purpose branches down into your daily actions. I'll explain more about this later. These 3 goal-directed actions aren't a to-do list. They're not chores. They are actions that I know align with my bigger purpose. And once I create these, I know that I can spend the day without fear of wasting any time. After school is when I work, but in the morning is where I build. I don't try to do multiple things at once. I just try to take at least 1 or 2 things down from my goal-directed actions. Trying to do multiple things at once is distracting. But when you do one thing with full focus, you can get lost in the act of doing. But sometimes even with these goal-directed actions, it can still feel like there's too much to accomplish in too little time. And when that happens, when my head gets heavy and it's all feeling cluttered, what I do is I take a deep breath and then I write down everything on my mind. This is called a brain dump. The purpose of this brain dump is to get everything out of your head and onto paper. The point of it is to externalize it, basically. Once you've externalized it, you can either eliminate what's not important or start taking action on what is important. And what else? And another thing I found was that this mental entropy, the psychic entropy, is as a result of overthinking. And overthinking, at least from my experience, is based on a fear of not doing it perfectly. So I embrace a concept called wabi-sabi, which is to do it imperfectly, but just to do it, because one thing done is better than nothing done perfectly. So just take action. So you externalize it, have the courage to build, have the courage to take action even when you know it's not going to be perfect, and you take a deep breath. People talk about balance like it's a skill. Like it has to be 2 different things. But when I'm in school, I use school for public speaking, to practice leadership, to practice connections. Everything I do inside school serves and helps me build what I'm doing outside of school. So finally, as promised, the goal stack. Chasing goals every day is like trying to sprint a marathon. You can't chase the goal every day. So what I use is a goal stack. You take your highest purpose, for me, which is to save the world, and you break it down into hard goals, annual goals, quarterly goals, monthly goals, and then daily goals. And those daily goals, those daily goals become daily actions. And choose 3 of them. Those are called your 3 goal-directed actions, GDAs. Chasing goals every day can feel like a marathon because you're constantly looking at the end result, the destination. But when you use something called a goal stack, you take your highest purpose and branch it down into daily actions. This gap is where all your worry comes from, because you don't have a clear bridge connecting what you do every single day to where you want to be in the future. So the highest purpose, for me, is just to save the world. Next, you turn that into your hard goals. Your hard goals are 3 to 5 year projects, right? From there, for me, that is to create a community of young change makers. From there, you can create your annual goals. Annual goals are something you can achieve within a year. So maybe to post 30 pieces of long form and 100 pieces of short form content. And you move into your monthly goals. You divide the annual goals. From the annual goals, you move into your quarterly goals. You divide the annual goals. From your quarterly goals, you move into your monthly goals. By dividing them, then you move down onto your weekly goals and then your daily goals. Your daily goals should serve the weekly, your monthly, your quarterly, your annual, and the annual, your hard goals. This is how you win. By using this, you can separate planning from doing. You can forget about the destination, just focus on the action. And the end result, which is success, was just going to be a byproduct of that continuous action. So how do I balance school and business? I don't. I align them. Because when everything you do serves the same purpose, you don't need balance. You need direction.